Hi everyone, you may have noticed that I've gone on a number of fasts in recent months. I did one to celebrate the 4th of July just earlier this week. I did one to celebrate a number of anniversaries in my life. I have two big anniversaries, June 11th and June 13th. I did one for Malia Obama's birthday was July 4th, but I also celebrated the birthday of the winner of Polish Idol Season 1, Alicia Janazi, one of the few celebrities I've ever successfully talked to on Facebook. And I think I did one at the beginning of Lent, and I did one on Easter. What else did I do? Go watch my previous videos. I've recorded documentaries on all of them. The one earlier this week was kind of special because I gave up something else along with the food, which made it challenging, but it was important because I needed to get over something else I was replacing the food with. Go watch that video to see why I did that. But I want to talk about what started all this, and it's kind of embarrassing. 5 years ago, I had gone to visit my girlfriend in Rochester, New York. I was living in Seattle at the time, and to fly to Rochester, I went to New York City to connect, and I had a 10-hour layover actually, which allowed me to go into the city. And I had a favorite restaurant in New York. It's a sushi buffet. But when I got to the sushi buffet, I realized there would be a 2 or 3 hour wait. There was some kind of party or event. Can't remember what it was. And so I decided not to go to that restaurant. I just got really depressed because the whole flight from Seattle into New York, that was all I was thinking about, going to that restaurant. And the other restaurant I ended up going to, there's nothing wrong with it. I just got so prepped for it that I became a mess, and I got lost in New York. And by the time I made it back to the airport, I missed my flight. And so I flew in I stayed the night at JFK Airport, and I flew into Rochester the next morning. And I was in no mood to see my girlfriend. Well, now I had the problem with being so late and having to explain to my girlfriend what had happened. She just thought I was the craziest person in the world. I wasn't afraid to explain it to her because I need people to accept me for who I am. So I'm not afraid to explain these things. 2 years ago, I lost my job. It was a blessing in disguise because I have a better job now. But I lost my job over something similar to this. I had prepared my favorite frozen meal, Amy's, and we had some kind of meeting, and my boss wanted to talk to me about something. I couldn't wait to get back to my frozen meal. And the meeting went on a lot long. My boss got very long-winded, and I lost my temper over it. And he didn't technically fire me over that, but I think that certainly didn't add to my good image. 3 years ago, I took a vacation to Warsaw, Poland, and when I got off the flight, I went looking for baking chocolate. And of course, I don't speak Polish, and I had a hard time asking for it and looking for it and asking the locals there where to find it. And I spent 2 or 3 hours walking around the streets looking for a store that had it. And by the time I gave up, it was getting late, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm a heroin addict looking for my dealer." Actually, at the beginning of COVID, the COVID crisis, one day I went out looking for my favorite sausage, and I spent an hour and a half on the road, going from one grocery store to another. Everybody was hoarding everything inside. It was hard to find anything. And I wasn't worried about not having toilet paper. There were a few days where I had to shower every time I pooped because I didn't have toilet. That didn't bother me, but the food did. And this is a big reason why I want to go on these fasts, to teach myself that life doesn't end when you take a break from food, and it's perfectly okay to find other things that are enjoyable. This 4th of July, especially when I stopped eating, I found that other things, viewing the lunar eclipse, talking to people at the viewing site, making YouTube videos, writing computer games, playing computer games. I find it enhances a lot of those activities because I'm not being fixated by food. So you can call me a recovering foodaholic. Thanks for watching.